Yo, what's going up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood blind man back at it again. Excuse me, with another Mortal Kombat 12 video. So in my last video, I said I was going to talk about some stages I want to return in Mortal Kombat 12. So this is a follow-up to that. This is stages I want to return.
One face near right edge.
Hold up 1 second. Come on, voiceover.
Near top right edge.
Come on, voiceover. Come on. I'm sorry if my face isn't centered in the shot, or whatever. I'm trying to use voiceover. It's kind of hard. Okay, I mean, that's probably the best I'm going to get this phone. And sorry for the low quality, the lighting.
Speech off.
There, we'll just turn the voiceover off. I'm actually in the middle of moving right now, so that's why the quality's kind of It's kind of shit. So, last time I talked about 4 stages. I'm going to talk about 4 more. And I know if you listen to that video, it sounds like I was rushing. And I actually kind of was rushing to get that one recorded and get it out to you guys. Because I was actually getting ready to leave. I had some family things I had to go do. And I was literally rushing to get that video out as fast as I could. But so today I want to talk about, 4 more stages that I thought of earlier. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe down and below if that's what you want to do. It helps me. It gives me motivation to keep doing these things for you guys. It keeps giving me the drive to want to keep doing this. I know I'm a small channel. I literally just started doing this like a week ago. Actually, not even a week ago, like 3-4 days ago. And I know there's a lot of bigger Mortal Kombat YouTubers that you guys rather watch, and that's cool with me. Even if you just watch, the first 30 seconds, that's fine, I'm not begging y'all to, stick with me, I'm the best one there is. No, because I know I'm not. So I wanted to, just rant for a little bit before we get into this, because I just want to let y'all know, if you don't like or share or comment or subscribe, that's not going to make me upset. The only thing that I want from my viewers on this channel is to have a good time. Discuss theories and what you want to see for skins and stages and costumes and, story for characters and suggestions for new characters. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be one of those clickbait YouTubers, and if I ever come off that way, please let me know. You know what I mean? Because I see, YouTubers all the time that will not comment, but title their video something and it be totally, fake, or the fans get lied to, and it's like, why do that? You're hurting yourself, you're hurting your audience. It's not right. And I just want to let y'all know that's not my intent. My intent is just to make this content, have a good time with it. I'm so excited for this game. I know a lot of people are. And once this game gets here and I do get another game console again, we will be doing, like I said, some story mode playthroughs, online matches, going through. I might even do some brutality tutorials for you guys. It just depends. But so with that being said, I just want to, like I said, get into this real quick and give y'all 4 more stages as a follow-up to my part 1 of this video. So the first stage on my list that I want to see return in MK12. Well, actually, before we get into this, I know what a lot of people are going to think. They're going to be like, oh, you're blind. Why does it matter what stages come back? You can't see it. And I get stuff like that all the time, especially on Twitter. Oof, Twitter's a cruel place. Anyway, it doesn't matter if it's a stage I want. It's just the fact that that stage is in the game. The fact that I have a choice to play on a certain stage that I know is in the game. Yes, I might not physically be able to see the stage, but just knowing that it's in the game is what I love. So, let's get into this. Grab your popcorn, grab a drink, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. So the first stage of my part 2 that I want to come back for MK12 would have to be either Shao Kahn's throne room. Now, there's 2 versions of this stage. If I remember correctly, I think this stage was an MK9, And I believe there was a day version and a nighttime version. It might have been Shang Tsung's throne room. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think if they did this stage, I think it could be pretty interesting. You know, you could maybe have like a statue of Shao Kahn in the background. You know, maybe his a warhammer. You could pick it up and like throw it at people, like you could on I believe it was Quan Chi's fortress in the back in MKX. So I mean, you know, maybe they could do something with that. So I mean, that could be an interesting stage. They could have maybe like a zombified Shao Kahn like chained up to his throne or something. Or like, I don't know if y'all remember in the crypt for MK11, they had that statue, or not statue, but they had the giant Goro skeleton at the table. They could do something like that where it's like Shao Kahn's skeleton sitting in his throne with his armor on, as a little nod to, you know, Shao Kahn possibly being dead in this new timeline, depending on which ending from MK11 is canon. From the aftermath, either Liu Kang's or Shao Kahn, or, oh my god, Liu Kang or Shang Tsung's endings. So, I mean, that stage could be pretty interesting to come back. I would love to see what NetherRealm, I get it, love to see, that's a blind joke. We love having fun, like, I have a sick sense of humor. So, if any of that offends you, I'm sorry. I love making fun of my own disability. I love it. I have a good time doing it. Because I just see it as, if you can't make fun of your own disability and live life, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, no one else is suffering what you're going through, so they don't have to worry about it. But as long as you can have a good time with it, that's all that matters. So, that's just the first stage. I know I didn't really talk about that stage very much, but when you think back about it, there isn't really much NetherRealm could do. But I'm sure they can figure out a way to make this stage... One second. Sorry about that. I'm sure they can figure out a way to make this stage interesting. You know, maybe they can add like a layer to it where it's like you start out on the actual throne room, and then like maybe you can like get knocked through a trap door into like a lower level. So, you know, they could do a lot of different things. You know, maybe there could be some like torches on the walls, and, you know, maybe like some glass windows in the background, and like, I don't know, just something really cool. So for the second stage here, we have actually I wrote it down. What is this stage called? Oh, the church stage from, I believe this was an MK9. I believe it was also an MK3, and I believe it was just called the Cathedral. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's been so long since I played Mortal Kombat 3. Last time I played Mortal Kombat 3 was the DS port, if any of y'all remember that as a kid. Yeah, we're going old school today. So, this stage I think could be really cool. They could have like it could be like an abandoned church kind of like thing. And they could have like, you know, you could throw your opponent through like a window or something, or maybe you could have like the shadow priests in the background, like sacrificing somebody, you know, or resurrecting someone in the background, and depending on who you play as, there could be like background Easter eggs and stuff like that. So I think that stage has a possibility to come back. I would love to see it. I don't know if we will get stages, like classic stages again. I would love to see some classic stages come back. But moving on to our third stage here, we have the... I'm looking through my notes. It is written down here. Oh, we have the subway station. Yes, everyone remembers the subway station. If you played MK growing up, everybody remember this. The stage fatality is pretty much iconic at this point. Who doesn't like getting knocked into a bunch of train tracks and seeing their opponent get ran over by a train? Classic. Very fun. Especially on the older Mortal Kombats, where we had to do those like 2-on-1 endurance matches. And it was so satisfying, like uppercutting them off of the ledge into the train tracks and just watching the train come and just bonk, splatter them basically. So, I know this stage was also on MK9. It sucks this stage didn't come back in MKX. I really think it could have. And if they bring it back in MK, you know, in MK12, they could rename it. If they don't want to call it Subway, they could call it like train platform or train station. I don't know, just something crazy. I mean, now I was gonna say crazy, but it's not. But that could be an interesting stage. Maybe we could see some like other like pedestrians in the background and walking around, and if you listen to the track of the stage, you could hear like I don't know if anyone ever went back and listened to the track for the subway station in MK9, but if you listen closely, you can actually hear like someone talking, like calling out platform numbers. So I thought that was a really cool touch. I think it'd be pretty cool if NetherRealm made it to where like you can climb on top of the train as it comes by, and you guys can like fight on top of the train and stuff. I think that'd be really fun. So yeah, that's just my third stage. My fourth and final stage of my second half of this list is somewhat of it's not a stage that's been in any of the games. It's a pretty cool concept, I'm not gonna lie. I personally would love to see it. If anyone's watched the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie, you might know what I'm gonna say, and that's Raiden's Temple. The inside of Raiden's Temple. I think that could be one hell of a cool stage. I think, starting out in the fight pit, you see the giant forearm statue that had the hand that fell on Sonya. In that movie, you could see that statue. You might see like a passageway in the background, and you could see like maybe Shaolin monks working in the background or something. So I think that stage could be really fun. Maybe have some torches. You can maybe like grab like a weapon off the side or something, like a pair of nunchucks as like a Liu Kang reference, or Kung Lao's hat, like Curtis, like a Kung Lao Easter egg or something. So I think that could be pretty fun. Just as a side note, I'm gonna give a bonus stage, and I think the bonus stage could be Cabal's lair from the movie, the place where him and Liu Kang fight, along with Melina, rest in peace, and Cole Young. But we're not going to talk about that character. That character is just when your power is literal fucking plot armor, there's very creative, but we're not going to get into that. A lot of other YouTubers have talked about that. I'm not going to get into it. Some people like this character, some people hate this character. But we're not talking about characters, we're talking about stages. So that was 4 stages that I want to come back in MK12 Part 2, along with a bonus stage. If I can think of any more stages, I'll make a Part 3. But if not, I'll move on to next week's video, which I'm not sure what I'm going to cover yet for MK12. Maybe some classic, I don't know. We'll just have to, I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. But I don't know, you guys can let me know down in the comments on what you think my next MK12 video could be. Could we do lore maybe? Talk about some retcons, some possible retcons for characters, maybe, yeah? Yeah, that sounds interesting. Maybe, yeah, we might do that. We might, we'll just have to see. So like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the views lately. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. I love it. I'm a small channel. Like I said, I only have 3 subscribers. And I know that's not a lot. And I know there's people out there that are like, oh, I got 100 subscribers. I'm badass. And it's like, that's great. And I think smaller YouTube channels like myself and like other channels that are smaller, channels that only have, maybe 4, 5, 6 subscribers, I think those channels need to be pushed. You know what I mean? And I think, everybody on YouTube should show some love and, keep the hatred off the platform. There's no need to be hateful. If a YouTuber is creating a video and you see it and you're a YouTube creator yourself and you didn't like what they said, you don't got to make a 20-minute diss video. You don't got to do that. But the only time I will ever make a video hating on another YouTuber that's bigger than me is when I know they're clickbaiting. And I know they're being like, oh, this is confirmed. And it's like, do you have proof from Ed Boon? Do you have proof from NRS? No, you don't. You don't have screenshots. You don't have no backup proof. All right, then. Stop clickbaiting your fans. But rant over. Anyways, that was my video for the stages I want to return in Mortal Kombat 12 Part 2. Make sure you guys check out Part 1. If you can, it would mean a lot to me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood blind man saying stay safe and peace out, y'all.